Episode 124 of the Goodfellas podcast. We got Blunt here, no Jeff. Obviously, this dude, I don't know where this dude is, but he should be here soon. What's up, Blunt?
Oh man, you know me, I ain't ducking nothing but a case, even though this boxing. So let's get into it, man.
I mean, once you come in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Blunt's channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're on our channel, hit the like and hit the subscribe button. Um, G5JeffTV.com. I know last week we got hit up with some reschedules and stuff. You move, but we got some good fights coming this week. We got some good news Good news. I mean, what do you think about the Jake Paul announcement? You happy with that fight?
Can we be honest, bro? This dude, he doing. You remember how they used to get on Floyd?
Yeah.
You remember?
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me this is the worst version of a wannabe Floyd Mayweather sort of fight picking going on. You know what I'm saying? Even though Floyd fought 24 former world champions, or at the time current champions. So I'm just saying, bro. Even though people say he was picking and choosing, I don't get that as much. There's strategy in boxing, period, especially on the business side, and we know that. That's why we getting fights kind of rescheduled, guys pulling out of fights. So we got news on that. We're gonna talk about that. Just in general, bro. I mean, best competition, yeah. But this dude almost 60 years old, bro. And he coming off 2 repaired legs. Both his legs got broke in that octagon. So he's coming off 2 repaired legs, or at least one of them got repaired twice. So don't get me to, being giving out the wrong information. But I know he had 2 injuries to his leg in a UFC career. So that being said, how fleet of foot is this guy? Is he gonna really be able to kind of stick and move and dance, and we gonna see some real boxing, or is it gonna be a whitewash? Because first of all, you're fighting an older man, even though this man has been historically based one of the best athletes, boxer or MMA that whatever you want to say, pure athlete. This dude is a phenom, definitely a Hall of Famer. But come on, bro, he like 60. That's all I can say about that. I mean, I can't, go too much harder than that, but just give you the honest facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm overstating his age a little bit, but when I say 60, you got to put on the wear and tear from his combat sports career. That alone is going to make you older than your actual years on the planet. So, I mean, in a way, I respect it because it's his best competition. He's actually fighting somebody that fights. So, I can't give you no kudos for that, bro. You four fights in the game.
I mean, I'm still on the fence because as much as I hear what Blunt's saying, I also don't think that Anderson Silva is a boxer. See, this guy's a UFC fighter.
Bro, in your UFC, that's what he was known for, being a counter puncher.
It's still a different sport, though.
I get it. No, but I'm just saying that the craft, the base of the craft is still the same. If you're a striker, you're a striker. That's what it's called in the UFC. So
I get you, but you're striking against other people who aren't notorious for striking.
That's where I can't argue with you, but just him having a
the only
sense
thing
of
I
it.
give him credit for was when Jeff told me, and I just reminded me, that he did beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So he must have some form of striking ability.
And first of all, I know a couple dudes at my job that might be able to beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If I think about right now, he's not the highest level of competition that you could judge yourself against. If you're looking at Silva,
but he is a real fighter.
Going into boxing.
At least Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is a real fighter. He's a person.
I'll counter you with this. Do you think? I don't know if you saw the 2 football guys, LeVar Bell, actually 2 former running backs. They had the little boxing joint. LeVar Bell knocked out
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson. Now, let's be honest. Do we think LeVar Bell is serious competition for anybody that's a real, craftsman when it comes to boxing?
Of course not.
He showed a little something, though. He went 5 rounds. Got to give him that. But these dudes are athletes by nature, so you would hope that they would have some win with them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As far as, not getting tired out or whatever. But they both showed pretty well because if you look at it, the knockdown happened in the 5th round. But I don't think I would throw LeVar Bell in there with another guy that's had 1 or 2 fights just yet. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they've been working on boxing a little longer than he has, and there's an advantage there. So give Jake Paul an advantage for working on purely the craft of boxing over Silva. But then you got to give Silva the advantage of actually being in there with real competition. You see what I'm saying? So there's little bits of slight advantage on either side. You got youth against age. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes it an intriguing fight slightly.
I mean, it all depends on the journey that.
But can I say this?
Go on.
Let me say this, then I'm gonna let you go. How does any of these fights get you to undisputed world champion like Canelo Alvarez?
I'm glad you brought that up because my next statement was going to be along those lines. I made a statement a couple weeks ago, and I stand by the statement. I almost guarantee you, within the next year or 18 months, Jake Paul will fight for a version of a world title. It may be a WBA regular. It may be one of them interim titles, but he may not win it. But I almost guarantee you, he will fight for a version of the world title. I almost guarantee you, not because of ability, but because of politics.
Yeah, and I get it, politics and boxing, but the politics of boxing also, you got to be bringing a resume to the table to be in a position. I mean, kind of like, let's take the dude that Mikel Fox fought, and we all know Michael Fox. My bad, Michael Fox. He got cheated out of that. But that guy that he fought 1 time, 2 fights, they're fighting for some version of a title. He bought something to that fight, though. He bought, you know what I'm saying? I think he was chasing gold in the Olympics.
I got a scenario for you. I got a scenario, a realistic scenario. Let's say he fights someone like what's the dude's name? The dude that we just mentioned. He's fighting Anderson Silva. And then he fights someone like a Tommy Fury, for example. And let's say he somehow wins a Tommy Fury fight. He is legitimately beaten a real fighter then. He's beaten a real fighter. No one can say
he would have beaten 2 real fighters though.
2 real.
I give Silva credit for being a real fighter.
2 real boxers. We have to take him serious regardless how you look at it now. Well, not serious as a world champion, but serious as he's taking boxing serious. He's not fighting.
I think he has taken it serious, bro, when it comes to working on the craft. I think that, you know what I mean? I'll give him that because he's not in there looking like a complete slouch. But the path management wise, what him and his team is doing is almost clownish, bro.
To me, you know what though? I would much prefer Blunt if he fought journeyman. You know, fighters who fight journeyman in the early stages of their career, dudes that are maybe 13-5, 12-4. Because everybody has those fights in their resume.
Would he have trouble with a real boxer? That's what we haven't found out yet, bro. I mean, y'all say this about Boots. This is why y'all don't want to crown Boots to go. So we can't crown this. Huh?
It's what you just asked of Jake Paul is a legitimate question. Hence the reason why I'm saying if he beats someone like Tommy Fury, that is a real boxer. That is a real boxer.
I'll give him credit for that. But it is highly questionable that he will even take that fight, even though he's somebody that's blaming it on Fury. I think they have a lot to do with it.
I mean, look at the last fight. He was supposed if he beat Rattman Jr., I would have given him all the credit in the world.
But he wouldn't have beat Rattman.
Of
That's
course
why
not.
they didn't want that fight.
Of course
That's
not.
why. That was like you. I don't know if you know the old James Bond movies where he used to hit the splitch and all the little smoke used to come out the car and shit. That's what that was. It was straight smoke screen, man. It's looking good. The build up. Oh shit, Jake Paul, he serious about the game. Whoopie whoop, he taking on the biggest challenge. Oh, that shit sound good. Till you get your balloon busted and you like, I was hyped for almost a week, 10 days or whatever. And it's just like, bro. So again, you're looking clownish outside of the ring. I mean, outside of your first two fights or whatever. I don't even want to consider them no boxing matches, bro. Because again, you fought a dude in Tyrone Woodley who wouldn't let his hands go in the UFC, and that was one of his detriments. That he was a guy that was so strong, had a nice right hand. He would just sit on it so much that people was like, damn, no wonder you keep getting taken down and you're getting out wrestled and things like that, because you won't let that right hand go. You know what I'm saying? The right hand got you the title, but you sat on it once you got the title. What the fuck? But anyway, it's just interesting, man. Get into the chat.
Shout out to Michael Johnson Boxing Talk. Shout out to you, man. Say, well, there goes the neighborhood. Hit the like button, bro. Hit the share button as well. He says, well, then
He
again,
talking about the fight with Silver, or you thinking that what's the name gonna get a run at a title in the next 18 months?
I don't know what he's referring to. Clarify
Come
that,
on,
bro.
Mike, be a little bit more specific. I hope you not. We got, like I said earlier, we got to give him a little credit for taking on, I guess another combat sports guy. But I need you in there with some boxers, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. He says, well, then again, every big loss Silver lost was due to him playing around. I've never watched Anderson Silva fight, so.
well, yeah, he got, he was when you the face of the UFC, you got to bring the entertainment into it. And he did that a lot in the bigger fights, and it did get him in trouble towards the latter part of the career. But I mean, for easy a decade, he was the best fighter on the planet. He was the John Jones of his era.
That's good to know. I didn't know that. I never grew up with the tradition of UFC. UFC is very, very
Yeah, they
new
just
to
got
me.
out there not too long ago.
Michael Johnson Boxing Talk and more. The only way he fights for a version of the
Title.
title to include them WBC belts is because money and WBC advertisement. Bro, it's very simple. Like, I'm not saying he will. I'm not saying he beats a Tommy Fury, but if he does beat a Tommy Fury and then he
What
fought
weight we talking about? What weight are you saying he's going to take a run at a belt?
175,
Ugh. He don't want no smoke. These is young bulls.
bro,
Bivol
he don't
ain't
want
going
no smoke
nowhere.
with no weight class. I'm not saying he's gonna win, but bro, I can
No,
live.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. He might be able to make a nice run at 168
But he's too big
because
for 168. He weighing in at 190.
oh well, shit. He toast, bro. If he toast, he toast. He ain't got no real boxing career, bro. He toast. When you
That's
said
why I'm saying.
175, bro.
That's why I'm saying he can fight for a regular world title and lose. He's gonna lose, obviously he's gonna lose. But I'm just saying, like, there's these vacant straps. If you fought too
All
good
right, I got a name
back
for
to
you
back,
right now.
go
You
ahead.
think he can take, like, do you see him and somebody like, just hypothetical, like a Jesse Hart in some sort of elimination fight or something
I
like
can
that?
see
Because
that. I
Jesse
can see that.
kind of hanging around 175.
I can see that. I can even see someone like an old Jean Pascal or something, an aging Jean Pascal, someone like that.
What's the other boy name? Joe Smith knocked him out.
Alida
He
Alvarez.
actually have decent.
Alida Alvarez.
Yeah, Lydia. I mean, it's a lot of leg, lot of tread going off them
I
tires.
mean,
So
even someone like a I know this dude ain't um the best fighter in the world, but someone like a Tommy Carpenti, You know, he's a real fighter, even though he's taken a hell of a lot of losses. But he's a real fighter. At least he's a real fighter. You know, I can see him
Do
fighting
you?
three of those level
Let's
fights.
be honest. Does he beat a Tommy Carpenter?
There's a chance he can. There is a chance he can. Because let's keep it real. For all Tommy Carpenter's abilities, even when he was at the top level, he never really had a great heart. He never always like I remember the last big fight that I saw him in was against Zerdo Ramirez, and he quit on the stool. You know, he also quit against Voltic. You know, he's always never really had the best heart when it comes to literally fighting through the tough times. You know,
If I was this dude, I would take a run over there, bro. I'd take about a good 3-fight deal over your way. Just because your guys are not as athletic as,
facts.
let's say, a bunch of dudes from here that he might have to
But
go up against
but he
the
has to be
Chad the
careful
Chad
though.
Dalton type of guys
He has to be careful though of what
over there. Oh yeah, no doubt.
one.
But Cole lead them
Like he
dudes,
can't
yeah,
go in there and fight. He can't fight Boatsy or Callum Johnson, Callum Smith. He's gonna lose those fights. Or Anthony Yard. He can't fight none of those dudes. Those dudes will beat him. But he could fight. You know, could fight maybe a Rocky Fielding.
that's what I was going to ask you. Does his style beat a Beefy Smith style? And that's to me, Beefy is like your model for your European fight. Tough guy, you know what I mean? Smart in the ring, but just athletically kind of maybe a half step behind
Yeah, he's limited.
Western guys. So you
He's
think
limited.
what he's learned and the guys he's kind of been getting game from and trying to mimic out here, you think that's what
The,
he
o- the,
knows from
o-
the
the,
rest
o- the only
will
way
be
he
that
beats
style?
someone, the only way he beats someone like a Liam Smith is if Liam Smith is way past his best, and the weight. Obviously, Liam Smith fights at 154. He fights at what 190, 180 something. So there's a massive weight difference
What's
there.
the
But
boy that took the fight from Danny Jacobs?
John Ryder.
Now that style, I think he beats a John Ryder style. I think he's that, his timing may be, I think it's a little something that he may challenge more guys your way than
But
guys are.
but to me, I'm looking at someone who's relatively chinny. You know, because if I'm being honest, if he can fight someone who's chinny and who's never really had the greatest defense, that's who I would be looking for. You know,
Yeah,
someone
so we know this. I'm
like he
sure
could
he
fight
has
someone
to
like a
have the
Yildirim. He could fight a Yildirim.
perfect name, perfect style, but is he really that boxer that can do it? See, boxing in the gym and shadow boxing and all of that shit's good when the lights really ain't on. You see what I'm saying? But let a Yildirim get in there and he in for his biggest bag and shock the world or whatever. Like Yildirim might, you know what I'm saying, open up a can on him. I'm just saying.
Maybe, but
Yildirim got
that
some wins.
those are the names that I would be looking for if I'm him. If I
Yeah,
really
I
wanted
get
a
you.
world title, because he's not too good and he's not athletic to make you look stupid. He's not that skilled. You know, he's gonna be right there to land power punches. He ain't got no defense. So the
Yeah.
only thing you really need to worry about is what's coming back at you. If you have a good camp, you know, and you do some good prep. And it's not like Yildirim is not a name that people can actually recognize in the boxing world. You know, he fought Canelo. So you can at least say, well, I fought Yildirim. You know, it's
Yeah.
someone who the
That
boxing
now
fans
to
want.
get a Canelo fight, because I think Canelo might got 3 fights left tops to me. That's what, because he's looking bad. He's looking terrible, bro, inside that ring, bro. He's, and killers lose, they lose a couple teeth after some years in the ring. So him being the killer that he is, he might have some damage to them fangs. So, you know what I mean? I just, he could be some food for a dude like Paul and like, 18 to 24 months, just because Paul is getting better and Canelo's sort of retreating. And a payday is a payday when you're Canelo. I think he would take a fight like that some years down the line and make it count. I think he'll accept it on his record too.
Yeah.
That's where I give him a little bit more credit if he was to do that than Floyd, because Floyd could have kept going after after the Conor McGregor joint.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
It says Michael Johnson is talking about Eubank. Let's talk about Eubank, man. Obviously, there's Eubank Senior has come out and said that he's pulling his son out of the fight because he's lost the son before, so he doesn't want to lose another one because of the weight drain that is putting on his body, so he's pulling his son out of the fight. What did you think about when you first heard that?
I mean, if that should have been a concern when you first agreed to the fight. So you should have been like, no. Second of all, why even make the fight? It makes no career sense outside of trying to milk the public for no blatant fucking reason. I can understand there's a little bit of back and forth because both guys' dads are historic fighters from over that way. I get it. But if your sons are not in the same weight class, the fight just doesn't make any sense. We could chirp all day. Social media, I love it. But come on, bro. Inside the ring, it doesn't lead either guy towards a world title. Stop fucking around if you kind of been. See what you could do to make that Virgil Ortiz fight. Since you know what I mean, you guys are waiting to see what boils out at the top. Because gotta be that the winner of that fight gotta be, I would think, almost supplants Boots. Almost supplants Boots for a shot at whoever's undisputed.
I mean, I get what you mean.
But let's talk turkey. Whoever wins undisputed, the winner's dropping belts unless there's a rematch. The winner's dropping belts.
I mean, when we were talking, Jeff brought up a good point, and I felt like Jeff is not here to say it, but he said it to me off camera. He said, what we got to look at is the fact that, you know, for those who don't know, this is a fight at 157. Eubanks fought at 160, 168 before. You know, Ben is a 147. You know, so the 157, and then we don't exactly know what the rehydration was, but the last time I was told it was a 5 pound rehydration. So he can't rehydrate that much. Jeff was saying, and I think Blunt might agree with this, is Eubank saying this to almost renegotiate the terms of the rehydration or renegotiate the weight?
In a way that they could have done that, but
because he's gone public. He hasn't gone to Eddie Hearn. He's gone public. You know, he's threatened to pull out of the fight. You know, he's trying to provoke some form of reaction. You know.
Okay, bro. If your concern is the weight, then it's the weight. Period. He's already coming down from whatever his walking around weight is to fight at 168. So then you talking about having them come down another 10, 12 more pounds. Bro, it don't make no sense, bro. If your concern is the weight, then you trying to do this just as a ploy to negotiate 2 more pounds. What's 2 more pounds gonna make a difference? I'm not letting you come in 10 I'm not letting you come in 10 pounds. So you talking about negotiating for 2 to 3 pounds. So it's either gonna be 5 pounds or it's gonna be 8 pounds. How much less of a detriment would that be on his body? It's not gonna be that.
I get you. If you're already dropping that much pounds, I ain't gonna give you back 10 pounds. So how much more do you actually want? I get what you mean, but then I can't understand why else you will come out in the public and actually say that you're gonna pull him out of the fight. As you said, go on.
I think he's listening to us and others that could be agreeing with us when we say the fight makes no boxing sense. It makes sense money-wise because, again, of the historical aspect. It's not like these two have for years been going at each other as they grew up, quote unquote, being gym rats. They haven't. So this day isn't been something boiled up since these guys were teenagers or amateurs or anything like that. It's just something that came up out the blue, really, bro.
Facts.
So it's a money grab. And if the money grab, you know, there's an old saying. It's from my hustling days. All money ain't good money. And if your dad is saying, yo, my son, you know, health wise, it's not a good move, then I think y'all need to realize that and look
Who
for
do you
the
think
next
will win that
situation.
fight?
I thought what's the name could have won it from the outside. I think he has better footwork than Conor Ben. I
Facts.
don't think I think Ben's power is because he's a bigger dude and he's able to drop down. To me, he doesn't have that natural sting. Like, yo, as soon as I let something rip. You know
Do,
what I
do, you,
mean?
do,
They
you do you
feeling it.
think the weight difference is gonna make a difference for Eubank? The fact that he has to lose so much weight and rehydration, you think it's gonna make a difference? Like, you think it's gonna affect him in the ring?
Nah, because he boxes from the outside anyway. It should help him in the long run. Now, after the fight is when I think he might be more physically affected by having to, cut so much weight, and he might need a long layoff, like really just to reacclimate his body to just eating regular and just the normal life. But
Yeah, that's a
I,
fact. We don't know what he has to do to cut those pounds, neither.
bro, this dude is eating soup and lettuce, bro. Lettuce makes you shit. Soup gives you some sort of nutrients. So he's eating broccoli soup and lettuce salad sandwiches, bro, because he's got to cut the weight. And that means you got to literally shit some, excess pounds about you sometimes. So, bro, I wouldn't do it, bro. And that's what I think that the dad is smart enough. The dad is an OG enough. He's been around other situations where guys may have pushed it too close to the vest and you've seen something bad happen either during the match or obviously after the fact. So knowing that, is the bag that serious? I think they
No,
financially set.
I'll give you an example, yeah, where it's a complete opposite to this situation. Was Danny Jacobs Canelo? You know, Danny Jacobs was given a rehydration, and then if he weighed above the the limit on rehydration for every pound was 500,000. He ended up weighing 3 pounds more, and he deliberately weighed 3 pounds more because he felt that it was going to give him the advantage in a fight. Now, in a fight like that, which was a unification, that's worth it because it's a unification and it's against Canelo. In a fight like this, like Blunt saying, this doesn't get you any closer to a world title. It doesn't do anything for your career in terms of progression. So, is it worth the sacrifice? Um, Michael Johnson says, "Sorry, when I said there goes the neighborhood, I was talking about the Eubanks." Oh, serious, I get you. Um, I hope it's not off. You both guys put. I hope it's not off. You both guys put their names on it. They have to keep their word. Don't make excuses for them. I get it. I mean, I agree, and I like Blunt said, this should have been something you should have the concern before you even sign the contract. So
I mean, but you can't be that hard on them, Brendan, because this happens in boxing where we get a lot of buildup sometimes, and these fights don't happen. So you know what I mean. Look how long it took for Pac and Mayweather. It was almost terribly one-sided in my estimation, which to me it wouldn't have been so one-sided if it would have happened when it should have happened. You see what
facts,
I'm saying?
facts, and that's just where we are in boxing right now. We're in that situation where what can you actually say? Like, we're in a situation where, I mean, we're probably gonna talk about it later on in the live, but people want to strike while the iron's hot because of the money. You know, we just saw, Tyson Fury and AJ, and they giving each other a day before they sign the contract. They're trying to strike while the iron's hot. And I'm hearing talks of Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. You know, and even in the face-off between Eubank and Conor Ben, Eubank even said that this is the best time for the fight because his dad was talking a lot like you, Blunt, in saying like it's not like they've built up the fight. it's just something that's come out of nowhere. It's not like they've been talking about each other for a few years. Because what Eubank Senior was saying was, let Conor Ben establish his name, and then at a later date make the fight. But it's just come out of nowhere. But it looks like people are just trying to rush to that bag as quick as possible.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Conor Ben, he's still one of the, to me, the hotter name from that side. I think Eubank's a little bit cooled off, even though he's coming off a good victory. He just not. You know what I mean? I just don't think he's been as busy over the years. So I think that took some steam off of the legacy that he's carrying. So when you're not as busy and you're not in front of the fans as often, and you're not always fighting the top competition. You fought a little rivalry situation with the last guy, and you did what you're supposed to do, and you did it from a boxing scenario. But the other guy played into that by trying to box while you're boxing. Like, that didn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So either one guy's the matador or one guy's the bull. When you tried to be the boxer and turn bull all at the same time, it didn't work out for his opponent. But that helped him. But this fight, to jump into this fight, he should be in the realm to see what the outcome of this Triple G Canelo situation is.
I wanted to see him fight Andrade. That's who I really wanted to see him fight. I wanted Andrade versus Eubank. That's what I wanted to see.
Again, is that for a belt though? Is that an eliminator? It has to be something on the line.
I mean, that could have been for the WBO belt that Andrade had.
At 160?
Yeah.
I thought he's at 168 right now.
Well, his last fight was at 160. I know he was at 168 before, but his last fight was at 60. But then he's saying he wants to fight Canelo, and he's gonna fight Canelo at 168. I don't know if because he actually hasn't. Eubank, and I agree with you. Like, he hasn't been consistent, and he hasn't once said, "This is the path." Certain fighters like Boots. This is the path I'm going to take. I'm going to become IBF mandatory, and then I'm going to get a title shot. Eubank hasn't done that. Eubank's kind of been up and down. He fought Yildirim at 68. He fought Groves at 68. He came back down and he fought De Gea at 68. He came back down and fought Liam Williams at 60. So again, he's never really had the weight that he's going to stick at and stay at and say, this is the route to a world title. So I thought he could have taken an Andrade fight, though, me personally.
I mean, that would have been a big fight for Andrade. Because again, you had another guy, not with the greatest resume in the last few years, holding on to a strength. You need a good name. At the time, this dude is flip-flopping between 60 and 68. Why not make that call if you're Eddie Hearn? Why not have your matchmakers be smart enough to put that together to keep Andrade stable as a champion, representing your match room, and keep him happy to a certain extent, even if he would have got the win. You know what I mean? Again, boxing, the suits, they kill me at times, man. The suits kill me.
I mean, and Eddie Hearn promotes Conor Ben and Andrade. So how hard would it have been to just make a deal with Eubank and Andrade instead of Conor Ben? And it's very confusing to me. Very confusing, Like, he also sent, who's the dude, McKinson, to fight Virgil. He could have sent Conor Ben to fight Virgil.
I know McKinson had a big win, but bro, let him stay. I guess that was a big payday for him. Maybe was that like he was giving them, his cake and his ice cream. Like, yo, here's your payday. Here's
your prize. By the way, Conor Ben or Virgil.
And that'll be hard, bro, because I'm gonna say this: they both have similar styles, and both their footwork probably at the same level. So maybe that's a fight that'd be hard to make just because of the styles clash. You might get headbutts in that. You know what I'm saying? I edge Virgil.
Me as well.
I think he's seen the tougher competition.
Facts, and he's
Maybe
been in
not
the
the
tough.
best overall, but I think he's seen these guys that just maybe a
He,
notch tougher.
no, of course, he fought, what's that dude? He fought, Kavalauskas, he fought Hooker, he fought McKinson in his last fight, so he has fought better competition. Bruce Coles and Bruce Gas Boxing and Jazz. Shout out to you, bro. I ain't caught one of your streams in a while because you always go live when I go sleep, so it's a bit hard. I won't watch it on the playback,
Sleep.
bro. It's because of
Boy,
the
you
time
sound like
difference.
a 4-year-old.
It's the
Then
time
I go
difference, bro.
sleep.
It's the time difference. I hope. I think you said this already. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Moving on. What I mean, where do you stand with this Crawford and Bud stuff? Crawford and Spence stuff.
It's like I said a couple weeks ago. It's reminding me of Pacquiao Mayweather. It's taking too long. They're gonna wait for one of the best times in boxing, and that's this time of year, to get a lot of eyes, to you know what I mean, catch a lot of bodies at the house, you know, with the family and things like that. This is when you have your big fights. It should have been already negotiated. So obviously, to me, we're not going to get it this year.
You don't think so?
No, because you still want to be able to base what your outcome going to be. So you do that based on your promotion and how your promotion is being accepted, what the feedback is on the promotion itself. They can't count on us to promote a fight just because we're talking about it. That's not the promotion. Then all of us need to get a check. Everybody that talked about this goddamn fight should get a check, but we're not. So they have to do, you know, a real in-house promotion. And that takes at least, for a fight of this magnitude, it's got to take at least 2 months. You want the build up to be there for 2 months. You want people getting their time off.
And the issue with that is what you said is a good point. And the issue with that is the other fights that go alongside it. You know, apparently we're getting Tank and we're getting Tank and Ryan. You know, you don't want to compete with that. You know, and there's always other fights that get announced at later dates in America. So, for me personally, I do think we're gonna get it this year. But I did say, if we don't get it next, we ain't ever gonna get it. I believe, and this is my opinion, I believe that Spence is gonna lose within his next 2 or 3 fights.
Any one of them. I don't know who Spence could lose to outside of Boots, who Crawford could lose to outside of Boots.
No, but this is the thing. They were talking. I was talking about it today, and some people were saying, Errol Spence versus Thurman. That's not acceptable for me. That is not an acceptable opponent for me. The reason why that's not because I was asking who's the best available opponent. Boots is. The only person I will allow you not to fight if you don't fight Boots is Crawford. Crawford should be your first bet. Let's say you don't get Crawford, it should be Boots. If you don't get Boots, it should be Virgil. That's how I look at it. There's a pecking order. And to me, when I look at out of those 3 dudes, he can lose to 2 of those dudes easily. He can lose to Crawford and he can lose to Boots.
I agree with that. I mean, shit, he could lose to Virgil because Virgil hard-headed. You see Ugas was getting off on him.
Yeah.
You see Ugas was getting off on him. And Virgil does take a good punch. He has been hit. Hook got off on him. Mean Green got off on him. You know what I'm saying? So I Virgil, tough dude, tough nut to crack. I think, you know, Smith could be smart enough to outscore Virgil, but to just say he could dog walk Virgil, I don't foresee that. You know what I'm saying? I can't give him that much of an edge because again, he has been in some slobber knockers. You got the accidents and everything under your belt. Again, we was talking about wear and tear on the body earlier. This stuff takes something off of you.
Another issue. Do you
I gotta agree with Shane saying he could possibly lose.
Yeah. Do you think, Blunt, though, that Bud hasn't fought this year. So let's say Bud fights in December, they schedule this fight for November, December. Or they schedule this fight for next year, like Blunt's saying. Is that good for Bud? I mean, this is a person who just come off a Porter fight last November. So he's not gonna, it would have been beyond 12 months that he's fought. That's a lot of ring rust, and he's already up in age already to then go into the biggest fight of his career. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a good
Well,
move.
with that now to counter you, you said he's up in age, so some downtime after years and years of training. I don't think you'll lose your timing when you're, an elite person at the craft like he is now. It could be all smidgen, but not so bad that it should affect him in the fight. So a little bit over a year, I think Bud will be okay. I don't think we'll get the worst version of Bud because of the year or so. Because it was like once a year he was fighting on ESPN. So you know what I mean? What's a couple more months? And you know how they do with these big names. They only fight once a year.
I mean,
And over there,
already fought
he
this
could have
year,
cleaned house, bro. He could have cleaned out their whole 147 in the same year. Is how weak that lineup was over there, bro.
Facts.
He literally had to come to PBC to get his biggest name, or get his biggest name sent over there.
What do you think of then? Like, Spencer's already fought this year.
What I wanted to tell you real quick. Word on the street is Ugas coming back, and he want either Boots or he want Thurman, because obviously I think he wants to get another shot at a title and another big check. Because I'm sure he's been liking the money these last 3 fights.
I respect that. If he fights Boots, I respect that. I respect it.
I don't think he's gonna win, but I respect it.
No, I don't think he's gonna win either, but I respect it.
Yeah. And
as a man,
from what they say on the streets, is not a good payday. That's what they say on the streets. That's what I heard. Boots' name ain't bringing no bag. That's what I heard.
But if you're saying you want to position yourself to win a world title, Boots is in a position to be a mandatory. So if you beat Boots,
I think become a mandatory. If I'm gonna be honest, if I was Ugas, and I know this is how this is why Boots should be in the Hall of Fame for being ducked. I think his name was just thrown in there because the hardcores know about him, and Ugas knows they're hardcore boxing fans. So you gotta throw like these undefeated guys. Oh, I ain't scared of that, but you know you're gonna fight Thurman old ass. If you come back, you know you fighting Thurman old ass. Who is Thurman fighting? He not getting a title shot, and he's only doing some pay-per-view type of fight.
I heard Thurman might fight Spence, bro. I don't want to see it, but I heard it.
That'd be terrible. That'd be terrible. I wouldn't pay for that shit. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't pay for it.
I mean, YSM was saying that's a good fight. I was like, bro, this dude has one legit win in 3 years, and that was against a 140-pounder.
I mean, if you look at now, let's be honest and break down Spence run. Mikey, Danny, Ruga, Sean, and that you lost that one if you ask me. I had you losing by a round. I ain't gonna lie. I had you losing by a round. Even with the knockdown late, I still had you losing by a round. So his resume is better than obviously Crawford's, but it's 50-50, you know what I mean? Because come on, Danny Garcia is not the best competition. He's a counter puncher. He really only got one hand. Let's see, Mikey Little, and that's where you kind of got your name. Really, was from the Mikey Garcia fight.
Facts.
So I don't know, bro. I'm not. I mean, you the champ, and you did what you're supposed to do to become the champ. You know, you almost undisputed. You know what I mean? Unified. So
what about Ugas? Ugas was a good win.
Again, this is a Ugas. It was a good win, but again, if you want to look at the results, you took a lot of damage to get that win, bro. A lot of damage. It's not the type of fight you want to be. Like Floyd never took a lot of damage to get wins. Like, You know, Floyd, you got hit in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Oh, but I won. You don't never hear that from Floyd. So the champs, you know what I'm saying? The champs, you don't really want to take a lot of damage. And again, 2 fights that it was almost toe to toe. Rock'em Sock'em Robots was Porter and Ugas. Came out victorious. But what did that do to take a little bit off of you, bro? You know what I'm saying? So when you got to turn around and fight the gym that is loose.
We can only assume, though. We can only assume. Let me run through these comments because there's a few comments in there. So anyone in the chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please. You have a few of you in there, so hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go over to BoxingFirstVlog channel and hit the like button and subscribe button there also. What's up, fellas? Long time. Ain't seen Willie G in a long time, but what's up? They think they will fight in Thanksgiving weekend. I don't know,
bro. I mean, well, that'll give it almost my promotion time now. So that means y'all talking about negotiations should be done by the end of this month. Next week, basically. Yeah, basically next week. I mean, you got dudes showing training videos, so maybe something in the works. I don't know, Willie, you might be on to something. I just think if it's so close to that Thanksgiving, it can't be last minute, you know, letting the public know.
Facts. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I feel like we have to emphasize how important that is because they're already running a risk with this card already. Because you got 2 dudes who want a significant amount of money, but they don't guarantee pay-per-view numbers. I know Errol Spencer's had decent pay-per-view numbers in the past, but he needs to do at least 550 for this fight. And none of them have done that before. So it's not like a Wilder, for example, who, you know, he comes with a certain reputation, certain popularity, or a Canelo who's come with a certain fan base. These 2 dudes have never fought in Vegas before, for one. So they've never sold out a stadium or arena in Vegas. And then for 2, they've never really done 500,000, 550,000 pay-per-view buys. But they want that type of money. And then you're giving them less time to promote it in. As Blunt's saying, less time in a real saturated area where we just had a Canelo pay-per-view. We got a Wilder pay-per-view. We got a Tank Ryan supposedly pay-per-view. You know, we got a saturated market. And you're only giving me 2 months to promote a fight and get 550,000 with 2 on. These dudes are. We don't know if they're going to be able to do 550,000. They've never done it before.
I think it should eclipse it because again, this is something that hasn't happened undisputed in so long. Undisputed welterweight. You know what I mean? It's somebody's gotta go type of thing. You know what I mean? It's some good marketing quotes and slogans around it that can push it real fast. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I think Bud has enough of a name because again, Walt Disney and that platform is just one of the biggest platforms as far as media and things like that. So I think he got a little bit. He's bringing some sense of acknowledgement to the table.
Well, he only done what? 135,000 with Porter.
But that's again, this is Porter. So is it off of Bud? I mean, is it off of Bud that sold it, or was it the fact that it was Porter? It was a well-known underdog. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. So I'm saying if he only sold 130,000 with Porter, and I think Errol done 250,000 with Mikey, who's to say that they're gonna do 500,000 together?
Why I say that is because of the understanding of undisputed. When you put undisputed on any fight title, it's just gonna make that fight look that much more interesting, even to the casuals, because even the most illogical people can look up the word undisputed and be like, "Oh shit, this means for it all."
It should. To me, it should do 550,000. To me, it should do 1 million, based on just the historical aspect of things. But when I practically apply it, it does fall in with a certain amount of risk. Because from what I know, both fighters wanted minimum 15 million.
I mean, see, that's where you could get greedy with the numbers. And if you're smart and you're real, you know, you really plan to either stay there and you can backtrack on the money as far as, you know what I'm saying, defending your title and making sure the bag comes in your upcoming second, first defense or second defense. But I don't think neither one of the dudes is holding the belt. So I think they're going for the gusto as far as trying to get
Cash
milk
out as
every
much as they can right now. Cash out as much as they can right now. But this
yeah.
is the thing. With fights like this, it's not like they're going to Saudi where someone's gonna put the money up front. You know, you're relying on Al Heyman to put that money up front. Al Heyman's a businessman. He's not gonna just give you a purse without the mathing. You see my point? And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's why, Blunt, what you're saying makes even more sense when you're saying 2 months. You can't
And
announce this fight.
let me say this. Now he said Thanksgiving weekend. That makes sense as far as months. But what you got to remember, that is one of the biggest shopping weekends of the year. So you telling me you want people to make sure they put 150 up for this fight and not get them kids some sneakers or that Xbox game or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot. That might be a bad day, bro. They might have to run it into early December.
And yeah, and then you got Christmas coming. So, bro, it's
You don't want to do it around Christmas. You want to do it right before they start spending more Christmas money.
yeah,
Catch them right after they spend it.
literally, because what you're really working on a real tight schedule, announcing a fight so close to the fight date, because you're not giving yourself as much time to promote it. And we're saying this as if the negotiations have already been finalized. We're saying it like they can announce it in September. They may not even be able to announce it until October, bro. We're already almost halfway through September.
That's why I said, bro, you need a couple solid months. So if you're anticipating, if that was Willie comment, I think, if the anticipation is Thanksgiving, I think maybe a week or two after that. You want to be able to have people recoup at least a paycheck to be able to say, okay, I got that fight next weekend. I done already Black Friday'd out or Cyber Monday or whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? You know how that holiday thing is, bro. It really, you know what I'm saying, is a big time to put your product out on market or to, you know what I mean, get fans to some downtime for people to be like, yo, I'm going to this event, I'm going to that event. They got to be smart. They need to do it this year before too deep in December. That's the only thing I can say. If they don't do it I would say February to April next year.
But then that would have been what? 17 months Bud's out the ring?
For who out the ring? For Bud?
Bud, yeah.
To February or April? I mean, February or March?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he got to get his ass in there, bro. That mother gonna be 42 before this fight go down.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And then what's to say he's gonna say, bro, I want a tune-up? Then we're looking at another reschedule. Do you see my point, bro? It's just
when you're this old, bro, you don't need tune-ups when you're this such a veteran. I'm not even want to put the man as I'm old. When you're such a veteran, I don't think you can really be telling some other champion you need a tune-up.
But what isn't Wilder saying he needs a tune-up? Isn't Wilder needing a tune-up now? He's getting a tune-up again.
But he's not the champ.
Fair enough. But wasn't Danny Garcia a tune-up for Errol?
No, Danny Garcia was another Latin payday. That's what that was. He got money off all the Latin supporters, like, you know, fighters, fans that support their Latin fighters, and that's a Floyd Mayweather move. And nothing wrong with it. It's part of business. You know what I mean? People love who they love. They're gonna support their people. You know, make them charge them for it. Shit, I think he did well. Danny showed well to be the smaller guy. You know what I'm saying? Danny's always been a small 147. So, you know what I mean? He almost was looking like Mike
before now, though.
Yeah, but he's going. So if you were a small 147 you're going to be an extra medium 154. So, all
Literally.
right, I got you. Question. Does Danny Garcia beat Beefy?
No.
Thank you. There you go.
Miles
There you
Williams
go.
says Eubank Sr. was right to pull out Junior. How could you expect him to come down to Conor Ben? Was looking savage in the training videos. Bro, in my opinion, he hasn't officially pulled him out yet, but he said he was going to. No, he doesn't run Eubank Jr.'s career, but he obviously gonna give him advice. Yeah, he wasn't coming all the way down. I think he was 157. So, you know, they're meeting somewhere in the middle.
Bro, he might have knew he was pushing it to get them 160 fights. So if you doing your own editing and you know checking your own record books, like, oh shit, yeah, that was a struggle, that one fight. I went back up, made it a little easier, you know what I'm saying? Then I went back down for another payday. Like, that don't do the body good. So I'm just saying, bro, that's what I think Dad is concerned about, because he probably looking at your track record, bro. You're fluctuating too much. And then it's not
There was a fight, and I can't remember exactly. Those who are British heavy British fans will remember. I actually think it was on the Dylan White AJ undercard, where Eubank actually missed weight at 160. This was quite a few years ago as well. And his entire career, he's never weighed in below 160. In his entire career, he's never weighed in below 160. So
and
he's
then
either
he
been
this week.
160 or 168.
I
So
mean, it's not cool to play with your weight like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a fat person, I guess just be a fat person. But to be saying I'm gonna be big one fight and then I want to be small because of a payday chance the next fight, you might not be around to spend that money or at least enjoy it. You could be around, but you ain't gonna enjoy it. You got a colostomy bag on and you at the strip club. Come on, bro.
that's funny.
Yeah.
How did Hergovich win his last fight? Gotta be the most hyped up heavyweight. What do you think about that? Um I want Blunt to answer that one there.
It was a well-earned victory. I think Zhang did better than expected. He showed some resistance, punch resistance, because Zhang has been hit before and hit by some guys that's not very good fighters and ain't looked too good. You know what I'm saying? Winning his fights, but he's not looking good physically after some of these fights. So for him to stand up under Herkovich and show out, I think that shows a lot to Herkovich and Zhang. Because to me, Zhang ain't lost a payday. It's not like, you know, people might be wanting Zhang for the competition now to be like, look, I beat Zhang too. You see what I'm
But,
saying? Like
but
you know
you
what I
know,
mean? Like you can still.
someone's looking at Zhang like he's relatively vulnerable. If I can get a knockout over this dude, it's gonna make my resume look better.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So big shout out to Herc for that, man. I'm hoping he don't get ducked. I mean, I think he should get the winner, Joe Joyce Parker, if he's not getting his title look. You know what I mean? He needs to keep the
I'll
semi
keep
big
it
name
real,
big
bro.
name going.
I'll keep it real. The heavyweight, you made a statement the other day where you said at least the heavyweight division underneath the top tier, they're fighting each other. They are, because we got what? Hergovich Zhang. Before we had Yoko Bakoli. We have Hellenius Wilder. We have Huey Fury and Michael Hunter. You know, we
Yeah.
have
I mean, shit,
Joe
we
Joyce.
had a couple over here. We had
Yeah,
Damani Rock, Polite. Then we
yeah,
got
exactly.
Polite and Johnny Rice. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple. We had a little friction on this side too, just a little bit, not a
Yeah,
lot,
I
but
mean,
just a little bit.
you can match a lot of dudes up, and I know Jared Anderson just fought the other day, so a lot of these dudes are actually fighting each other. Joseph Parker, Joe Joyce, you know, there's a lot of fights to make. From what I heard, from what I was told, they were trying to make Daniel Dubois versus Dylan White, so you know they're getting some good fights over there.
Dillian ain't got a shot in hell, bro.
You don't
If
think so?
Poulet got to his ass, if no, who got
Perfection,
to him?
perfection,
Povetkin got
perfection.
to him. Yeah, I think Dubai going dog walking. I
You
ain't
think
gonna
so?
lie. Yeah, Dubois gonna dog walk it.
There's a chance.
Dubois is a very fundamental fighter to me, and that's what he would have trouble with. Somebody that's fundamental, and he don't got the legs to be bobbing and weaving and slipping anything. Man, he gonna be right there for that jab 1-2. Yeah, man, Dubois in 6.
Potentially, I mean, Dylan White's punch resistance is completely gone. You know, he got knocked out by that punch from Fury, and I didn't even think that punch landed flush.
Man, but he got knocked out the same way by Povetkin.
But Povetkin's one was at least a clean, sweet shot, though.
Yeah, no, but it's still one shot. You see what I'm saying? It's one shot, bro. That's not a good look.
Not at all. How about Kell Brook? Kell Brook with who, bro? Kell Brook with who? He's retired, by the way. I think they both been training. Who? Kell Brook and who? Crawford low pay-per-view sales. Crawford's been having low pay-per-view sales. That's the problem.
He talking about Crawford. He got to be talking about Crawford Ben. I mean Brook Ben. But again, the age. Come on, I don't like the young bucks fighting so much older guys, especially older guys that we know got a lot of wear and tear. Like, you know what I mean? If the older guy pulls off the victory, it's gonna be almost like a miracle. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. No, there's no two ways about that. There's no two ways about it, bro. Because to me, you're looking at someone like Conor Ben. You know, I'm not saying he's in his prime, but he's in an upward trajectory. As much as I felt like Kell Brook looked good against Amir Khan, he retired and he's got one foot in retirement, or maybe both feet in retirement. I wouldn't want to see him cut. And again, when you look at Conor Ben, he wants a world title. So if he wants a world title, he shouldn't be fighting. He should be fighting someone like a Stanionis, a Batayev, someone over at that level. Even Avanesian, someone who's actually going to challenge him and get him closer to a world title. You know, not a washed up retired fight.
Hey, what was that fight? That Khan fight, was that a catch weight?
Yeah, 50.
150?
Yeah.
I mean, you know who I was thinking would be a good fight right now for Brook, and a good name? Him and Garcia would be an excellent fight at 154.
Mikey or Danny?
Danny Garcia at 154?
Mikey, Kell Brook's finished, bro.
Yeah, but so is Danny Garcia. So let's be honest. Like, you know,
he looked good in his last fight, though.
Against who? Granados? He fought another Granados?
No, he didn't fight Granados. He fought. How did he just fight in his last fight? Someone's gonna.
It might as well be. It wasn't top 5.
No,
so at least
it wasn't even top 10. Who was he?
That's my point.
I watched the fight as well, and he was crying after the fight. What was the fight, man? Oh, bro, I watched the fight.
You crying? Yo, right now, if he had to fight 154, he doesn't beat Ramos. He does not beat my guy. And I'm from the city, but I'm out here in the PHX, so I'm rocking with the Ramos family. They young buck, they nephew, monster. But at 154, he don't beat Ramos. He don't beat a lot of people at 154. So I was trying to look for a fight.
If we run down the names at 54, he doesn't beat Fundora, he doesn't beat Charlo, he doesn't beat Castano.
Got a name. What's the boy that Fundora just beat that Jeff liked?
Erickson Lubin.
Garcia, who you got?
That's a good fight. That's a real good fight.
I got Lubin at 154. I got Lubin. I don't think Garcia has enough offense. Because when Lubin
single punch power though, you got single punch power.
Now that I give him that, but you know what I'm saying.
If Lubin can avoid the money shot, Lubin wins most rounds. He wins probably 10-2. But if Lubin can't avoid the money shot, it obviously it's over. But if Lubin can avoid the money shot, I'll pick Lubin. I'll probably pick Lubin. I picked Tim Tszyu to beat Danny Garcia. Who else is there at 154? I'll pick Beefy to beat Danny Garcia.
I picked Castano to beat Danny Garcia.
Yeah, of course. I pick Majimov to beat Danny Garcia. Who else is there?
I picked Budabev to beat Danny Garcia. and he at 147 right now.
Oh, yeah, I'll pick Batayev to beat Danny Garcia. Batayev, yeah. I'll pick Batayev.
At 154 or 147?
Both.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Like, I don't see a lot of victories for my dude out there, bro. Like, they gonna be going to find some off the wall characters for this guy to try to make a run at 154, bro. Or at least they got to give him at least 1 or 2 fights before they try to get him in there with Charlo to make another make a big pay-per-view for Charlo. Because obviously, like I spoke on earlier, the Latino people, they don't support their fighters.
Charlo will stop Danny Garcia.
Oh yeah, inside 5.
Charlo will stop Danny Garcia. We can't take Eubank serious. I don't even know what to say to that.
I mean, I kind of hear you, but Shane, you kind of was saying that when you took a look back at his resume and said he was fight fluctuating.
Yeah,
that's almost not taking a fighter serious.
I don't think
so. I can't get that from Mr. Motivator.
I don't think he takes himself serious, because anybody who, like this guy, spoke about himself as an elite athlete. He said after this fight he wants Golovkin. So I don't understand. Like, if there's anybody in boxing right now who I don't think there is any sense of direction, it's Eubank. This dude has never had any sense of direction. Like, I don't even know what he wants.
But hold up, I got it now. Hold up, I might have to say that Ben and them on that same path, because your direction almost seemed to be chasing an opportunity at a mega fight, at least at 147.
Yeah.
Now you done jumped all the way up to 157 to try to get a mega fight, and it's a made up mega fight. This is like some casserole. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, don't bring me no casserole. Bro.
You know who they should have put him in there with, and I guarantee you will agree with me. If they really wanted to make a real rivalry fight, he should have put him in there with Josh Kelly, because at least him and Josh Kelly actually have a rivalry, and they're at the same weight class.
I mean, I think he beats Kelly easy, so I don't know how much of a rivalry it'd be, but it would be a fight legit. But hold up, it would be a legitimate 147 fight. You're still making waves at 147, you know, hoping to get a Western, you know, champion maybe to give you a look. Because to me, that's the way Bud need to go. I'm going right across street to the Zan. I'm getting that Virgil. I'm getting that goddamn Ken. Shit, I'll take the goddamn Eubanks fight. Fuck, I was want to go 154 anyway. The motherfucker want to come down to 158. I'll fight him at 158. Yeah,
he's got to do something to make money. Just money grabbing, blunt. Money grabbing.
But that's my point. But these are least interesting fights, though. If Bud was to fight Ben or Eubank, it would be interesting, more interesting than Eubank and Ben fighting, because you got one struggling to make weight, and then you got one hoping that he can look good at a bigger weight. We're not saying that Ben is going to look good at 157. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You still got to move around. You still got to carry that for 12 rounds or 10 rounds or whatever. So I don't know. I don't think the fight was going to be good just based on the makeup of trying to find that middle weight that either one of y'all got to get to.
Facts.
Now, both of y'all were going towards that. You know what I'm saying? Both coming from 147, like, yo, let's meet at 155. That way we don't damage anything we got going on at 147 as far as rankings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Title opportunities, whatever. But just to get a money bag, it would make more sense that you would, you know what I'm saying, maybe do a catch weight fight. But when you guys is in almost 2 separate divisions, from 160 to 168, this dude has been fighting at. And I literally thought he was coming down from 168, which he literally is, because you know what I mean? I was confused. I thought that last fight was 160, but it was 168, because he should have been getting the Canelo.
No, his last fight was 160.
160? So he was trying to look, I thought he was trying to chase Triple G then. So the fight before that was almost a fight with M.I. Canelo, opportunity on DAZN or whatever sort of thing. Didn't pan out, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why they didn't get a look. You know what I mean? He don't like to fight Mexicans, so you was on a European tour. You ain't fighting none of the brothers from over there? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Literally.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know.
Miles Williams says vlog. Chisora versus Zhang. What do you think about that?
Damn. Now, Chisora makes people punch down, or you got to have an uppercut.
Yeah.
I don't know that Zhang can punch down successfully because Chisora got that bend over avoidance style. So it'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting fight. I'm gonna go with Zhang just because he got that 1-2.
Both of those dudes are gonna be gassed from round 5.
What'd you say?
Both of those dudes are gonna be gassed from round 5. They're gonna have no stamina from round 5 onwards, bro.
Man, I thought Chisora, he hung in there, man, and he was getting mollywopped, bro. But I thought he for a dude that was tired and you getting punched in the face, bro, he did pretty good against Parker, bro. I thought he did well, man. He earned a lot of respect from me. You know what I'm saying? He's a true motherfucking security guard. That was gonna protect you at all costs, goddamn.
Literally, that I think he didn't fold neither, but he's Chisora versus Zhang. I heard they were calling it the Great War of China. They were actually gonna make it in China, so you never know, man. War Chisora versus Big Bang Zhang. Why not?
Yeah, I like that fight. I ain't gonna lie, I like that fight.
Rooting
I
hard.
like it a lot better than Chisora Fury. That's for damn sure.
Facts. Rooting hard for Michael Hunter to knock out Eerie Fury. Hunter very slept on. I like Hunter. I've always liked Michael Hunter. He looked bad in his last fight, but he's a good fighter. He's got good skills, athletic, former Olympian.
That was a bad showing on Fight TV, and that's a platform where you're trying to spark it a little bit. You want to kind of maybe have them reboot, get you a relook or something. I don't think they calling him back, bro. That was a snoozer.
Yeah, that wasn't a good fight to watch. And to think he was supposed to fight Hrgovic as well. But
I think Hrgovic would have got him. I think Hrgovic would get him, period.
Yeah, he got a good chance because, Hrgovic got power. But Ben got a strap. He don't have a strap. He has no strap. Ben doesn't have a strap.
WBA Continental strap? Yeah, that's a WBA Continental.
That is not a strap, bro. That is not a strap.
I know it ain't. I'm just saying it's like the Latin belt that DiGiorno won the other day. So it's a belt, you know what I mean? And I mean Adorno, that's an inside joke for anybody. I called that boy DiGiorno one day. I was thinking about pizza in this show. But nah, he did good in that fight though, bro. My thing is the way he was fighting that dude, Raldon or Rodon, I hope I'm saying his name right. I don't know if you can let the bigger guys press you, the Prograves, the Matisses press you like that and think that left hook gonna save you. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a quick left hook, but it didn't look as strong as the reaction from Raldon was giving it. Because he actually walked through it a few times, and then a couple of times it clipped him. So I mean, good fight from both dudes.
That division is so intriguing to me because obviously, bro, Subriel, Matisse, as you said, Prograde, you got Barbosa.
Zamata. Shit, we got Zamata Progrades coming up. Who you got? Yeah. I know that's going to be on the site.
Yeah, of course. Prograde.
August 29th, you know what I mean? Big fight.
October 29th.
I mean, October. I don't know why I said August. October, yeah. October 29th, big fight. There's a couple. Who else we got? We got Robson. And I think he got a good chance, bro. He got a good chance against the court.
Hmm? Oh yeah, Conteso, yeah. I got that on the site. That's on the site.
Yeah. I think he got a good chance in that one, bro. We got some good fights coming up, man.
No. So, because molly whopping that dude, bro. Bro, it's
Is
a
it
curve,
more
bro.
gonna be like okay? Is it gonna be more like the African dude that he beat, but it wasn't such a
You mean Nakatalia?
No, I'm good.
You mean
What you say?
Nakatalia? Nakatalia.
Yeah, Nakatalia. He looking good. He
Yeah,
came back at
he didn't he
135.
just
He
beat
looked pretty good.
Nakatalia just beat what's my dude's name, man? The dude that fought at 130
Bachel.
for a while.
He
Bachel.
beat the brakes off
Miguel
Bachel.
Bachel. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I mean, I
destroyed
don't know
Bachel.
if that a bad reaction from that Reynoso pack fight. You know what I
The
mean?
Valdez fight.
Huh?
The Valdez fight.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying we know who we know, you know what I mean? Some issues. So I'm just saying, probably, you probably had some bad reaction, bro. Like, damn, I ain't bounced back as well as I thought I did from this dude having some goddamn some rocks in his goddamn gloves. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but the length of Nicatalia is gonna do him well at 135.
Facts.
Who you got? I got a great fight for that platform right now to find out where this dude Keyshawn is at. Put him in there with that boy right now. That'll tell you whether this dude is Loma-esque fast track. He should be getting his look at that.
Didn't Loma have a fight announced today? Oh yes.
Yeah, he fighting the other young boy they got over there.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I was reading it today. I can't even remember. I can't remember no names.
Yeah.
There's so many. But yeah, I saw Loma
Yeah,
fight.
I like the little young boy too. He little curly head Latino cat. Little pretty boy, you know what I mean? Nice. But his footwork might get him done in this fight because he's more of a guy that likes to keep you in front. He's not a guy that kind of steps to the side, makes you run into things like Loma. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, Loma will go that way. You thinking he going that way. He gonna want you to step this way. Stop you.
Can I ask you a question? Who's on the undercard of Golovkin Canelo?
Bro, don't get me the line. I have no idea because I couldn't tell you who's on the undercard of Ramada Triple G. Like them type of cards, I just be looking at the main event, bro, and that's bad because a lot of these fights, a lot of these big fight cards be having great fights on the undercard. So again,
you mean Murata?
I'm gonna do my homework.
Murata,
Ramada,
that's what
Ramada, Zimbada, whatever. He lost. Triple G the man. And he coming through this weekend. Book it.
Bam Rodriguez on the undercard. Shout out to you, Toast. I ain't seen you in a long time, but where you been? But yeah, Bam's on the undercard. That's good. I'm a big fan of Bam. He's a terrific fighter. He is a terrific fighter. That's one dude that Robert Garcia camp that I read. He's a
drink real quick, bro. We gonna wrap this shit up.
Yeah. Soon, I was gonna ask if you did. Who else on the undercard? Someone in the comments, let me know who. Because I haven't really seen them promote the undercard that much. It's mainly been the main event, and for a big fight of this magnitude, you would have thought there would have been a decent undercard. I mean, it would have been good to get Julio Cesar Chavez or Julio Cesar Martinez back on. But I heard Julio Cesar Martinez is supposed to be fighting Sonny Edwards. Sonny Edwards trying to get revenge for his brother. That is a terrific fight. Dude, people in the comments, let me know who you think's going to win that fight. Julio Cesar Martinez versus Sonny Edwards. That is a terrific fight. Who you got in that fight, blood?
Oh, shit. I actually like Edwards.
A close fight. It's a close fight.
Yeah,
He's getting revenge for his brother. His brother got stopped in one round by Julio Cesar.
Ain't he longer? And don't he got the length advantage? If I'm correct.
Who?
Edwards.
Sonny. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might bode him well. Keep him out of
Sonny Edwards is a back foot fighter, all back foot, all back foot, all defense. That's all Sonny Edwards does. Defense all day, bro.
That's what I'm thinking. The length of keep him out of range and it'll give him a little bit of offense. Because if he getting rushed, then boom, boom, I can shoot this out and stay back at the same time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. You know what? The division's gonna be quite 122. I know Raees Salim just fought the other day, but I wanted to see what was happening with the what who MJ and Fulton.
Who?
MJ and Fulton, Stephen Fulton.
Who? I thought didn't he just fight like
Who
a
Fulton?
month ago?
Who
Yeah.
Fulton? No.
Didn't he just fight a couple months ago?
Fulton
He
last
beat
fight
Figueroa.
was no Danny Roman earlier this year. And I
Oh
think
yeah, that was Roman. And then so he done fought more in the last year and a half than a lot of big name fighters. So
yeah, because he fought Angelo Leo, and then he fought
Angelo Leo,
Figueroa, and then he fought Roman. Yeah.
Yo, bro, I think he's gonna get a pay-per-view. He should be getting a pay-per-view his next one.
I mean, I
It's
wanted him
gotta
to
be.
fight Ahmed Aliyev for the undisputed at 122.
That might be on a pay-per-view somehow on an undercard of a pay-per-view.
No, co-main or something.
Or like a co-main, yeah, because it's a world title joint. So yeah, I mean, he definitely, bro, because he's been on a nice run, bro. So you gotta chip him off. You gotta, even though the light dudes don't get the bag a lot, I think when you on a run like that and you got an Ione probably coming up.
I wouldn't mind seeing him as co-main for Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis.
Bro, I don't think we getting that fight, bro.
You don't think so?
Bro.
I didn't even hear one word you said, bro.
I said Ryan Garcia is not gonna put that chin on the line, bro. He'll fight Devin Haney at the same risk Devin Haney took to fight Kambosos. He'll take that risk versus Devin Haney. Get low ball, you know what I'm saying? Get an opportunity to get these belts. Because it doesn't, bro, your chin is porcelain glass when you in there with a dude like Tank. Because even a little homie knocked some sweat off of him. And you was like 160 pounds in that fight with my guy. You know what I'm saying? So it might be.
Bro, you're cracking up right now, bro.
I said it might be a Eubanks Ben thing, bro, where it'd be a lot of hype, and we ain't finna get it.
Toshi says Ray Martinez beat the brakes of Sonny Edwards. Already beat. No, that was his brother, bro. That was Charlie Edwards, not Sonny. Sonny is the better brother. Sonny's undefeated. Sonny lost the fight before.
Revenge is always a cold piece of thing in this boxing game.
Facts. But anyway, we got a lot of you in there. We've had a good day today. I ain't got much other stuff to talk about, bro. What other fights are there to talk about? Obviously, we got Canelo Golovkin, but we're gonna talk about that all week, so there's no point talking about it today.
We gotta get Jeff on for that. We're gonna do a real breakdown. You know what I mean? But this is a revenge fight. So like I said, man, revenge is, it's got a big part in a lot of certain fights that we can get matchups in. You know what I mean? Especially like the Edwards fight. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, beat up my brother. I'm about to put a spanking on you. You know what I'm saying? So
like Klitschko style, bro. Klitschko style. You know when them Klitschko brothers used to lose? I'm coming there to defend my brother, bro. That's my brother. Literally Klitschko style.
You know what I mean?
Bro, please tell me I don't know what the hell's happened to your audio, bro. It's chipping in and out, but it's cool. We're jumping off anyway.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna wrap.
Yeah,
Instagram, use the number 1 for the word. I know, but I'm gonna talk it out and then they catch it on the replay. So anyway.
Well, I must say exactly what he said, which is watch us on go to the website, make your predictions for the fantasy league. We got quite a few fights coming. $500 for the winner. It's completely free to play. You play, you make your predictions. You win the league, you get $500. You come second, you get 200. You come third, you get 100. Easy, easy, easy picking. You know, we had a few fights cancelled last week, but we're back. Back this week with Golovkin versus Canelo. Follow Boxing First Vlog on his YouTube channel, spelled out just as you will see at the bottom. And on Instagram, it's with the number one instead of the letter spelled out. I'm saying the number one. And then if Jeff normally here, he ain't here today, but he'll be here tomorrow. G5 Jeff TV all over the place. That's Instagram, Twitter. We're thinking of setting up a TikTok. We don't know if we're gonna do it yet, but if we do, we do. But yeah, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button while you're leaving. Share. We're here every day. I don't know if we're going live for the Canelo fight, but if we don't, we'll go live the day after. And yeah, man, it's just that's boxing, man. I don't even think we're missing anything. There's no fights that we're missing that's coming up. Is there any other fights this week?
Not that's right at the tip of my tongue, but I'm gonna do some homework. I'm off tomorrow, so I have some more news.
Look at the undercard for me as well. The undercard.
I got you.
All right, cool, man. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow. Obviously, hopefully Jeff's hosting. I'm tired of shit right now, so yeah, hopefully Jeff's hosting. But yeah, hit that button, hit the subscribe button, man. We're out.